Hey, I'm Pascal from Orangepixel. Welcome to another video. This is take 2, but the rest of this video will hopefully be one take. This is episode 393. I gave all my videos an episode number. This means that I have now been doing this weekly YouTube video for 7.5 years. Whoa. I haven't skipped a week, not a single one. I always come up with something to talk about, and this video is going to be one of those ramble videos because I don't really have a topic. I noted down a couple of things that I could talk about for the recent couple of weeks. A lot of things are happening, so we're going to talk about random stuff. Ramble on a little bit about game development, the business, and how this was almost going to be the final year for me working as Orangepixel. And this is my 20th year full-time game developer. I was ready to have this to be the final year. Let's dive into some of these things I gotta talk about. Okay, so first of all, 7.5 years of YouTube weekly videos is crazy. It's insane. I never thought I would last this long, and I don't plan on stopping. This is not a talk where I say this is the final video. I still enjoy the whole process, except sometimes it's just hard to come up with topics. I consider myself a game developer first and a YouTuber, well, not a YouTuber at all. I just like to record videos once a week to show you the things I'm working on. The whole take for me to go into these videos is to show people what goes on behind the scenes. We all love games, but how do they get made? How do they get into the marketplace, different marketplaces, and how does a person creating games survive the business? So that's really been my whole goal for this channel. Every now and then I do these tip videos, or like a few weeks ago I did the Gunslugs 3 video where I mentioned it's the only game so far that has not made a profit, not including Regulators, which has just been released, so it's too soon to tell. But every now and then I do those type of videos because it attracts new viewers. Pretty much, that is as simple as that. But I try to stay away from all the tip and tricks videos and there's a lot of game dev channels out there that will tell you how to do it, how to live the dream, while most of those developers on YouTube don't really live the dream at all. But they all know how to do it, and they are all wrong, I can tell you that. They are all wrong. There is no magic way to live the dream. It's just hard work, good games, and finding opportunities to sell those games. And Steam is not the end of everything. Mobile isn't the only thing. It's everything. It's a business, and that's really the important thing, but nobody talks about it because those things are not known to many, or they cannot be talked about. I have a couple of things going on right now that I cannot talk about, but that's really where the business stuff comes from. So, all right, a lot of videos. This week's video topic was a bit difficult. Last couple of weeks, as you have seen in last week's video and the week before that, I've been working on older games. Gunslugs 3 originally launched in 2019, but it needed a little update. And then I tackled a few games that haven't been released on Steam yet, because originally designed for mobile in 2011 and 12. That's 13-year-old games, and I've been focusing on bringing them up to speed so that they can actually be released as a PC game. That took me 2 weeks. Also had to update all my mobile games, so all my work has been on the old stuff and not so much on my new game. And right now I'm recording this on Monday. This week I finally get to work on Space Grunts 3 again. My new title, the next game that is game number 71. Orangepixel game number 71. Insane. I get to work on that again, and I can't wait to dive into it. The original plan has changed a little bit. Originally it was a 5 to 6 months development cycle. I'm still on schedule for that. I'm currently, according to Trello, on build 20. And starting build 21, I try to number every build or start a new build every week. So 20 weeks, 5th month. I'm roughly at month 5 of development, except that most of my weeks have been 3 full days working on the game, 1 day to do these videos, And on Thursday, I usually am not in the office in the afternoon, so it's not been full weeks. So in that regard, I could say that it's been less than 5 months. But yeah, I'm still comfortably within scope, and the game is very far already. It just needs more content and more variation. So that's probably going to be the focus for the next couple of weeks. I'm not releasing it yet. That has been the other thing, originally planned for Next Fest in June. But before that, I think I even mentioned Next Fest in February, but the game just wasn't ready. But things have changed. Like I said at the beginning of the video, at the start of this year, if you check out last year's end of year video, I'll put up the thumbnail somewhere. It's not been a great couple of years, and I honestly, without exaggeration, some people ask me about this, but without exaggeration, this was very likely going to be my last year full-time Orangepixel. It wasn't looking very good. I was planning on releasing 2, maybe 3 games, so Space Grunts would have been released already. I would have started on the next and another one, just to try and create revenue, but it wasn't looking very good until a couple of other things happened, and a good deal, a distribution deal with Handy Games and a couple of other things. And that's why I've been focusing on my whole back catalog and getting all those games up and running as well as possible on as many platforms as possible. That back catalog has made sure this year completely changed and turned around, and Orangepixel is back on track, which is insane actually. But it's all thanks to my old games, having them available and having them running on so many types of hardware and different things. It proves again that it's important to maintain and keep your old games and IP. And selling your IP could be interesting. Actually, I just saw a video from Jonas. Most people know Jonas on YouTube. He sold his Islands IP. And look, in some cases, this could be a very good thing. I prefer to keep my IP. But also if somebody comes along and hands me a huge bag of money, I could be tempted, obviously. So you never know what the deal is, but I think for long-term business, it's great to hold on to your IP and nurture it and keep it updated, running, create new versions of it. Maybe don't call them part 2 and part 3. That's debatable, but give them subtitles, but create games in that same ecosphere, because spheres, you get it. Because I think it's very important to just have all those things. It can still make money. 10 years, 15 years later, it can still make money. There will be new hardware, new options available, new businesses that start and want something or want certain games. In those cases, it could just be very good to have a large back catalog of games. And that's why I've been focusing on those. They turned around this year. They turned around Orangepixel, and it allows me now to slow down a little bit. Although, honestly, right now, every week of this year, I've been working like a madman on so many things, and already my mailbox has a couple of interesting emails that need some interaction and stuff. At some point I'm gonna be able to take some rest from all of this, but it also feels very good that Space Grunts 3 doesn't have to be pushed out and rushed and anything like that. I can make sure it's a good game, and then I can start on the next game, and it's not gonna have to be rushed. So that's a good feeling, and that also means that I don't know when Space Grunts will be released. I might still go for the October Next Fest and then release it after that. Right now I have no idea how many wishlists I have on the game. It's way too low. But also because Steam has the summer sale, apparently that broke their system, so we cannot check wishlists. Developers cannot check wishlists. It's currently on hold or paused, and we have to wait for the Next Fest or the Steam summer sale to end. And then we can see where we are with wishlists. Crazy, but okay. I don't know. We'll have to see by the time October comes around if the game is at a certain level in terms of, or in regards with wishlists, and if we can release it, or if I hold on to it for February or whatever. Right now there's no rush on it, and that feels pretty comfortable. Okay, other topics for this video. no, I think I mentioned everything just in one quick go. Probably a very quick go. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on Space Grunts this week, and hopefully, I mentioned this or promised this a few times, but hopefully next week we'll have an update on that game. This week I don't have any weird things happening as far as I know. I did manage to actually create a 5th Steam release last week, just as an afterthought. I mentioned 4 on the video, but then I started looking at the old game Ink, and it's good enough. It's actually fun enough, and it was much further updated towards the new framework I used than I thought. So it was much less work. I think I had more work on Meganoid Chronicles than I had on Ink, which is crazy. I pushed a new version to Google Play, the Android store, with achievements. Apparently it never had achievements on Android, or at least the latest version didn't have one, and that must have been since 2018-ish. So the last 7 years it didn't have achievements. Now it has them again, I guess. So pushed it there. I have to push it to iOS because it's not live there, but I'm waiting for that. I don't want to open up my Mac and update everything. I'm done with the old games for now. I need to work on something new, and Space Grunt 3 is that new thing. It's new and shiny, and I need to dive into something like that to get the creative juices going again, because updating all the old stuff has not been creative. It's just been plowing through the code and copy pasting changes and updates and testing it. And now I have to set up Steam pages. The games are done. Already had some people ask me, where is it? Where can I play and find it? I first have to create these Steam pages, add text, create GIFs. These old games were never on PC, so I don't have GIFs or animations or anything. Set up everything for the store page, and then Valve Steam has to approve it. Then we have to upload builds, they have to be approved, and only then can we start releasing the game. So we're talking a few weeks, depending on as soon as I can start writing all the text and images and screenshots. So yeah, it will take a few weeks, but the games are up and running, and that's the hardest part. Now it's just a matter of me finding the time and the energy to work on it. So I'm sure that will work out. And yeah, that's it, I think. So many things, just a ramble video because I wanted to upload something and not miss out on my first week since 2018. Also, I've just checked out my first video on this channel as a weekly video. Awkward, extreme awkwardness. If you want to check it out, check on the playlist on my channel, and then just, I think, playlist is yeah, behind the scenes season 1 first video, awkward city. Check it out. Also the first video where Ashworld was mentioned, and we're still working on Ashworld because we're now doing a Switch version and an Atari VCS version, and I recently updated it for Android. So 7 years later, still working on that same game, I guess. Check out that video. It's pretty awkward. It's a lot of fun, very awkward. But I've seen other developers and other people starting a YouTube channel, and everybody has this first video where you are like scared of this lens staring at you, and you're trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do, but you're trying to just do a certain type of video, and it's just awkward and slow paced and no energy. It's funny. Actually, I came a long way, I think. It's a good skill to have, to be able to talk to a camera. That's what I told various people already. I'm very glad I managed to make this a skill. The editing is great to be able to do that, but talking to a camera and just being able to jump on social media and create a post and create it without having to do 5 or 6 takes, that's a great skill to have. So this is also where I'm going to end the video. We're at 13 minutes. Oh, that's not terrible. And I think I covered everything all in one take. That's also pretty crazy. I don't think I have to cut much out of this. So it's almost without editing, which saves me a lot of time because it's just 1 p.m. right now. And I got a lot of things I want to do, including that secret project I'm working on with a Serious Lion. So yeah, let's end the video here. I want to say thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. If you have nothing to comment because you're just an idle watcher of these videos, and we have less and less of those because these keywords are working for you guys, add a comment to the video, and this week's comment is secret project. Whatever it is. You may even add a little guess of what you think it is. I will not reply, I will not give an answer to it. But it will be fun to see, and maybe I'll do something in the future for those that have it right. So secret project, and if you have an idea what it is, add it there as well. Also, this helps these videos get picked up by the algorithm because there's a lot of comments there, especially from regular viewers, and I just like reading that you guys watch up until the end of this video. Or you just fast forward looking for the big yellow keyword on the screen. Some of you probably did, some of you never thought about that. I shouldn't have mentioned it. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.